Vivian Vance, born Vivian Roberta Jones, on July 26, 1909, in Cherryvale, Kansas, grew into one of television's most enduring comic talents, though her journey was far from easy. Raised in a large, disciplined household, her childhood blended Midwestern warmth with strict expectations that often stifled her creative spirit. From an early age, Vance gravitated toward performance, finding freedom in theater that daily life denied her. Her determination led her to study drama at the University of Colorado, where she refined her craft and discovered her unique blend of emotional depth and comedic precision. Long before television fame, she built resilience through hard work, rejection, and perseverance. Those early years shaped a performer who understood struggle intimately, a quality that later gave her performances warmth and humanity. Behind the laughter audiences adored was a woman who fought quietly for her place and her voice. From the stage to television history. Before becoming Ethel Mertz, Vivian Vance earned her reputation on the American stage. During the 1930s and 1940s, she worked relentlessly in repertory theater and Broadway productions, gaining respect for her versatility and commanding presence. Appearances in shows like Music in the Air and The Voice of the Turtle established her as a serious actress, not merely a comic performer. Theater taught her discipline, timing, and emotional honesty, skills that would later elevate her television work. When she transitioned to television, it wasn't a step down, but a transformation. Fate intervened when she was cast in I Love Lucy in 1951, a role that would define her public image forever. While the medium was new and uncertain, Vance brought old-school craft into a modern format, helping turn a risky sitcom into a television landmark, creating Ethel Mertz. As Ethel Mertz, Vivian Vance became the emotional backbone of I Love Lucy. Her chemistry with Lucille Ball was immediate and powerful, forming one of television's most iconic comedic partnerships. Vance infused Ethel with warmth, wit, and relatability, transforming what could have been a simple sidekick into a fully realized character. Her reactions, expressions, and timing grounded Lucy's wild antics, giving the comedy balance and credibility. Audiences saw Ethel not just as funny, but as human. Vance's work earned her an Emmy Award in 1954, making her the first woman to win Best Supporting Actress in a comedy series. Despite this achievement, she often felt conflicted. While proud of Ethel, she was also aware that the role would forever define her in the public eye, both blessing and limitation intertwined. The complicated bond. With Lucille Ball behind the scenes, Vivian Vance's relationship with Lucille Ball was layered and deeply meaningful. Professionally, Ball was a perfectionist, with towering presence, demanding excellence from everyone around her. Early on, this intensity sometimes left Vance feeling overshadowed or constrained, particularly when Ethel was written as frumpier or older than Vance felt herself to be. Yet over time, respect grew into genuine friendship. The two women relied on each other in ways audiences never saw. Vance supported Ball through personal and professional struggles, and Ball came to deeply admire Vance's talent and steadiness. Their later collaboration on The Lucy Show reflected this evolution, allowing Vance to play a more modern character. Though not without tension, their bond endured, built on trust, loyalty, and shared history that lasted until Vance's final years. Tension with William Frawley. One of the most well-known behind-the-scenes tensions on I Love Lucy involved Vivian Vance and William Frawley, who played her on-screen husband, Fred Mertz. The discomfort began early when Vance learned she would be paired with an actor significantly older than herself. A remark she made, reportedly intended as candid surprise, rather than insult, deeply offended Frawley. From that point on, their relationship remained strained. Frawley, known for his gruff temperament, held on to resentment, and their interactions were often marked by sarcasm and cool distance. Despite this, both remained consummate professionals. On camera, their performances were seamless, delivering some of the show's most beloved moments. Vance later acknowledged the tension with honesty, but without bitterness, emphasizing that professionalism and commitment to the work always came first, even when personal comfort did not. Control, image, and quiet frustrations. Vivian Vance also spoke openly about the strict control exercised by Desilu Productions over the cast. Appearance, weight, wardrobe, and behavior were tightly regulated to preserve visual contrast and comedic effect. Vance was required to maintain a certain look to enhance the physical comedy dynamic with Lucille Ball, a mandate she found frustrating and limiting. Off-screen, she was stylish and youthful, yet on-screen, she was deliberately styled to appear matronly. Though she disliked these constraints, Vance complied, understanding the fragile nature of television employment at the time. She rarely protested publicly, choosing instead to protect her career and the success of the show. These compromises, while difficult, contributed to the enduring familiarity of Ethel Mertz. Over time, Vance came to accept that these choices, though unfair, helped create a character audiences deeply loved. Fame, typecasting, and emotional cost. As I Love Lucy grew into a phenomenon, Vivian Vance faced the hidden burden of fame. While millions adored Ethel Mertz, casting directors struggled to see Vance beyond the role. Offers for dramatic or varied parts were scarce, and she found herself repeatedly boxed into the same archetype. This typecasting took an emotional toll, particularly for an actress trained in theater who longed for broader expression. Still, she never spoke with resentment about the show. Instead, she balanced honesty with gratitude, acknowledging both the limitations and the joy the role brought her. Fame, she realized, was both gift and cage. Yet she chose dignity over complaint, valuing the laughter she had given audiences over the opportunities she might never receive. That acceptance became one of her quiet strengths. Love, marriage, and finding peace. Vivian Vance's personal life reflected the complexity of her professional journey. After several early marriages marked by instability and strain, she found lasting companionship with literary agent John Dodds, whom she married in 1961. Their relationship offered the support and respect she had long sought. Together, they stepped away from Hollywood's chaos, building a quieter life, grounded in mutual understanding. Friends noted how Dodds encouraged her creativity without competition or jealousy, providing emotional stability during her later years. This marriage became a source of peace after decades of pressure. When they relocated to California in the 1970s, it was on their own terms. Dodds remained devoted to Vance through her declining health, standing by her with unwavering care. In him, she found not just love, but refuge. A pioneer. Behind the camera, Vivian Vance took immense pride in the groundbreaking nature of I Love Lucy. She understood that the show wasn't just entertaining, it was reshaping television itself. The 3-camera setup, filming on 35mm film, and integration of real-life events into storylines were revolutionary choices that changed the industry forever. Vance often spoke about the energy of live audiences and the intense rehearsals that refined each episode to perfection. Those long hours created both exhaustion and exhilaration, a shared experience that bonded the cast despite tensions. She knew history was being made, even if its full impact wouldn't be understood for decades. For Vance, being part of that innovation mattered deeply. It validated every compromise, every frustration, and every late night, proving that the work transcended individual struggles. Legacy, friendship, and lasting grace. Vivian Vance passed away on August 17, 1979, at age 70, leaving behind a legacy defined by brilliance, endurance, and humanity. Tributes poured in, none more poignant than those from Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, who mourned not just a colleague, but a dear friend. Ball later confessed that watching reruns made her focus on Vance's performance, appreciating its depth more fully with time. Vance's Emmy was donated to a community theater, a fitting gesture for a woman who never forgot her roots. Her behind-the-scenes reflections revealed the truth behind television magic, that greatness is built not just on talent, but on resilience. Vivian Vance didn't just make audiences laugh. She helped define an era, proving that strength and grace can exist quietly, just off camera.